Good morning. So we'll start with the second video of module 5, that is steam nozzles. So effect of friction in the nozzle flow. So I said there is a friction which is happening in the nozzle. This is going to have some effect on the flow of steam in the nozzle. So velocity of steam flowing through the nozzle is reduced. So it is, what is first point? It is going to reduce the velocity due to frictional effects as stated below. What are the reasons? Friction between nozzle surface and steam. There is a friction wall of the nozzle and steam. Internal friction of steam itself. So we were studying viscosity in the fluid mechanics, like that internal friction is called as viscosity. Shock losses, some losses will happen due to friction. In CD nozzle means convergent divergent nozzle, the length of the convergent portion is very small compared to that of divergent part. Thus most of friction in the nozzle occurs in the divergent part only. So this is one good information, that is always you should note that divergent portion length is very large than the convergent portion length. So this major frictional loss will happen in the divergent part because it is having more length. So velocity of steam with friction is given as, without friction it is V is equal to 44.72 root delta H, that is loss in the enthalpy. This derivation I am going to take in the further next 2 minutes. So the K, where we are considering friction factor, that is actual enthalpy drop to the isentropic enthalpy drop. So actual enthalpy drop to the isentropic enthalpy drop. We assume that enthalpy drop is happening with the isentropic process, but actually it is not happening. So the kinetic energy lost in the friction. I said there is a reduction in velocity due to friction. Then where that reduced is going to convert? That is going to convert it into heat, which tends to dry or superheat the steam. Thus friction will affect the final condition of the steam issuing from the nozzle. So this is what, so I said there is a reduction in the velocity of steam, but that is why that is reduced, or where that reduced velocity is converted, because we know that energy is neither created nor destroyed, it is changing from one form to another form. Here velocity reduced change is happening into the converted into heat. So velocity energy, kinetic energy is converted into heat energy. That heat energy is responsible for making the steam more dry and superheated, and which is going to affect the final condition of the steam issuing from the nozzle. So now we have one formula for nozzle efficiency, as we have studied for turbine efficiency, pump efficiency, like that only nozzle efficiency. Actual enthalpy drop to the isentropic enthalpy drop. Actual is H1 minus H2 dash, and isentropic is H1 minus H2. Now we will go for deriving the velocity of steam, leaving the nozzle. So what is the velocity of steam which is coming out of the nozzle after the divergent portion? We want to see here. So we will consider CD nozzle only. CD means convergent divergent, already I have said. So let V1 and V2 at the velocity be at entry and exit, H1 and H2 enthalpy at entry and exit in joules per kg. Assume unit mass of steam, that is 1 kg of steam we can assume. Enthalpy drop means there is a drop in the enthalpy is happening, that is H1 minus H2. So we know that at the entry steam is with a high energy, that is enthalpy is more. When it is coming to exit section, then enthalpy is going to reduce, kinetic energy is going to increase. Again said, energy is converting one form to another form. So there is increasing kinetic energy. How much it is increasing? We know that half mv square. So kinetic energy is equal to half m, we are considering 1, so I will not write m. So 1 by 2 v2 square, 1 minus 2 v1 square. We have to consider the units, it will become 1 by 2000 v2 square minus v1 square. So what we have to energy balance, we have to make some energy balance here, but that is nozzle enthalpy drop, how much enthalpy drop it is happening, that will be converted into increase in kinetic energy. So delta H is equal to this equation 1 by 2000 V2 square minus V1 square. So this V2 square I can I want the derivation for velocity of steam leaving the nozzle. Which is leaving here? V2 is leaving. So V2 is equal to root of 2000 delta H plus V1 square. So if I consider what was the V1 velocity initially, I said it is subsonic, and what is velocity at the nozzle exit, it is supersonic. So if I see the values in the practically solving problem, V1 will be very less than the V2. So V1 we are going to neglect here. So V2 becomes 2000, root of 2000 is 44.72 root delta H, right. So here we have not considered any friction. Considering friction into account, there will be reduction of velocity of 10 to 15% heat drop. So 10 to 15% there will be reduction in the heat drop. Thus V2 becomes 44.72 K into HD. How much K it is given in the problem, you need to consider and you should calculate the exit velocity. What is K here? Useful enthalpy drop to the isentropic enthalpy drop. Due to friction we are considering this. So I require one more derivation is left in this chapter, that is critical pressure ratio. So what is the critical pressure ratio means, what will be the inlet pressure and exit pressure, what ratio if I maintain I will get the maximum discharge. So that one we have to derive here. At the end of the derivation you should get in such a way that how much with the end of the section you should get maximum discharge will be this much, and pressure ratio how much it should be, P1 by P2 should be how much I should calculate. So this derivation shall I start now? So if I start the derivation, critical pressure ratio, I will just start the derivation in the next video, so that I will derive personally. You go through this notes first. So this maximum discharge condition we have to take, and we have to derive for the critical pressure ratio. We will derive in the next class itself. Thank you.